everyone, musicpreneurs. Welcome to another episode of ECHE Music TV. Today is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the great fathers out there and surrogate fathers out there. Today is your special day, so enjoy it. Thank you for joining me here today. Today, we're going to talk about 9 great ways to promote your music online. I'm going to give you practical tips and give you some sites that you should know about for promoting your music. But first, we're going to talk to Phillip Carter about the Independent Gospel Artists Alliance Conference coming up in July. So when we go, we're going to go to a song. We're going to play Thank You by For His Glory. And after that, we're going to talk to Phillip Carter. We'll be right back.
Clap your hands.
Choice but to thank you
For all that you've
for
done.
all of the things you've done for me.
So you gave me
Gave me
victory.
the victory. I wanna praise you.
Got no choice but to
Got no
thank you
choice but to thank you
for all of the
for
things.
all of the things you've done for me.
You gave
Gave me the victory.
Yeah, I thank you for
Thank you for
all.
all that you've done for me.
Open my
You
eyes.
opened my eyes when I could not see.
You've been so
You've been
good.
so good to me. I gotta say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Thank you for peace in the time of storm.
Yeah.
Providing me clothes to keep me warm.
You
looked past my
looked
faults and
past
you
my
saw my needs. Lord, I thank you.
Yeah.
I gotta thank you.
And I wanna thank
Just
you.
wanna thank you.
And I gotta
Gotta thank you
for all you've
for
done.
all you've done for me.
Wave your hand.
Gotta thank you.
Said I wanna thank
Just
you.
wanna thank you.
I gotta
I gotta thank you
for all.
for all you've done for me.
Pick me up.
Pick me up, turn me around, place my feet on a solid ground.
No greater love.
Love that can be found.
Say thank you.
Just wanna thank you.
Gave your life.
Gave your life for me.
Yes, Jesus.
Suffered in pain and agony.
Your blood was shed.
Shed to set me free.
Oh,
Just wanna thank you.
thank
I
you.
gotta thank you.
Wave your hand.
Just wanna thank you.
Tell God thank you
I gotta thank you
for all you've
for
done.
all you've done for me.
Just wanna
Just
thank you.
wanna thank you.
Oh, I gotta.
I gotta thank you for all you've done for me.
Say,
When I couldn't see my way,
you said
everything's gonna be okay.
every tear,
You said you'd wipe away.
and I thank you
I gotta thank you.
when I'm in need.
You hear my cry.
Every one of my needs.
Needs you supply.
Why you love me, Jesus?
I'll never know why.
Oh,
I gotta thank you.
everybody say thank you.
Gotta thank you.
Anybody feel like us tonight?
Just wanna thank you.
Lift your voice
Gotta thank you.
and say thank you.
All you've done for me. Gotta thank you.
So we wanna say thank
Just
you.
wanna thank you.
And we gotta thank you.
All you've done for me.
Now clap those hands. Listen, the word of God says, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of God concerning you. So that simply means that no matter where you are, you need to open your mouth and tell God thank you. Somebody say it's right. Oh, yeah.
Just
Welcome back to ECHE Music TV. I'm your host, Simone Henry. What we do here is we endeavor to provide tips, tools, techniques, and resources to help you grow your music ministry. And one of those resources we want to talk about today is the Independent Gospel Artists Alliance Conference. It was started several years ago by Phillip Carter and Earl Bynum, who are artists here in the DC area, one from Maryland and the other from Virginia. And they started. I talked to Philip earlier, and he was telling me why they started the conference and why you should be interested and why you should go. So, without further ado, let's roll the interview with Phillip Carter. Thank you so much for joining me on ECHE Music TV.
Thanks
I
for
wanted
having me.
to ask you about the upcoming Independent Gospel Artists Alliance Conference that's coming up in July. So I wanted to find out, like, how did you get the idea for the IGAA?
Oh, the idea came from it came as a result of my experience at the 2010 Stellar Awards when I realized that there was no platform, no way of getting information for independent artists. So I had this idea that I would just bring together a few people and just bring some people into town and just have a small conference, just to kind of fill us in as to the latest tips, techniques, how to run a business, how to sustain a business in the gospel music industry, how to sustain your ministry. And, called Earl Bynum, who I didn't really know that well, but since he and I were both Stellar Award nominees that year, I developed some sort of relationship with him. And he said, hey, why don't we have it down here in Chesapeake? And that just turned into a whole other deal. And I had no idea that he was a part of such a big church and things like that. So the conference shot off, and now here we are uh, in our eighth conference. So it's a blessing.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I've been coming since, I think, from the very beginning,
Yeah,
and watched it evolve over the years. So
yeah.
who should attend this conference?
Artists, managers, promoters, publicists, people who are not artists who wish to be artists, ministers of music, um, and that's during the day. Anybody who wants to learn the business and how to build a business, how to sustain your ministry, how to run a ministry, how to stay out of trouble. Uh, that's for you. And then at night, our worship services are open to the public, and it's just a wonderful atmosphere, as you know already. Non-competitive. It's very delightful. It's nothing about our conference is big except for the information, and
Okay.
we try to make our information as big as we can make it, as informative as we can make it. And we want the artists to come away with so much information that they know it kind of gives you an insight as to how much work you really need to do
Mhm.
to not only be successful, but to sustain success.
So, what should artists do to get the most out of the conference?
Get some rest before you come. And then when you get there, try to engage the clinicians as much as you can. Bring pencil, pen and paper, iPad, phone, whatever you take notes on, computer, and really, really treat it like it's a class or classes, like you're going to a 3-day college class, 8 hours a day, and then at night you have fun and worship. But treat it like that, and you really get a lot out of it. And come to the conference with a high expectation of getting all of your questions answered and all your needs met.
Okay.
Bring bring business cards and all that too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know, because I know from going to the conference every year that the clinicians, the people who come and speak, are very open and very welcoming to the artists, and like to talk to them, and 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 help them out a lot. So
Right.
I think it's a really awesome thing. So what kind of feedback have you been getting from the conference over the years?
It's been enormous. Of course, people have different ideas as to where they think the conference should go. Our conference would be much bigger if we had competitions, if we had major artists, or if we did a lot of other things that a lot of other conferences do to draw a lot of people. And while that is good, it definitely puts your conference on the map. It doesn't really help the people who we intend to help, and that is the artists. And
Right.
if we can't help the artists by feeding them tidbits of information, we have to flood them with the information that they have been so long trying to get, and flood them with contacts and networking and network resources that they would need to be successful. And that's what it's about.
Okay. So give us the location, the date, the web address. How can we contact you and find out more about this conference?
You can log on to www.indiegospelalliance.com, www.indiegospelalliance.com. You can get all the information you need about hotel, about registration, about our nightly showcases, which are free to anybody who registers. And you can always call the number on the line. You'll talk to me directly or my wife. We'll answer all the questions that you need. We have regular and advanced classes. So if you already been in this thing a while and you have been running your label, you've had some success. You might want to come to the advanced session and learn some advanced techniques on how to make things even better with your company or your ministry. We have over at least 7,500 independent artists in the United States that do gospel and or Christian, but only 1% of them are known by anybody because of the lack of knowledge and lack of application. And we really want to encourage. It's not the sexiest conference to come to, but we want to encourage you to come so that you can get all the information that you need to be successful.
Absolutely. I like the fact that when artists come to this conference, there's beginners, and then there's also experienced artists who come,
Right.
and they can learn from each other and learn from each other's mistakes and mentor each other. So
Absolutely.
I think that's an awesome thing. So I am looking forward to it this year. I'm going to be one of the speakers, and so I'm looking forward to it this year. It's going to be a great conference. So
Absolutely.
yeah, thank you so much for talking to us and giving us all the goodies on this conference this year. That's the
thank
Independent
you.
Gospel Artists Alliance Conference. So we will see you in July.
Absolutely. And thank you, Simone, for being there with us from the beginning and your continued support.
Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back to ECHE Music TV. I'm your host, Simone Henry. I want to thank Phillip Carter so much for taking the time to do that interview with me. If you want to attend the conference this year, or if you want more information about it, the website is indiegospelalliance.com. I will have that website on that link on my website, tv.echemusic.com. But if you want to go there now, indiegospelalliance.com. There are probably still some showcase spots open, and registration is open as well. So run on over there and sign up, because it's a fantastic conference. Right now, we're going to go to a song by Denisha Marie called The Same Way. And I'll be right back, and we're going to talk about 9 great ways to promote your music online.
Always got something to say about somebody, but I never got an ear to hear from nobody. Always choosing my gifts, trying to flaunt them, not realizing it's God who brought them. I always got something to say about somebody, but I never got an ear to hear from nobody. Always choosing my gifts, trying to flaunt them, not realizing it's God who brought them. Yeah. 1 minute I'm clapping, 1 minute I'm happy, the next minute I'm sad, the next minute I'm mad. But when I go to church and put my game face on, I'll be clapping, I'll be shouting Sunday early morning. They don't see that I'm hurting, they don't see that I'm broken, they don't see that I'm not perfect. I ain't joking, in need of a spiritual cleanse, cause I've done a couple things I ain't too proud of. It's not right, good on the outside, but ugly on the inside. It's not cool, better lose your pride. It's about the time. church on Sunday, feeling down on Monday, Bible study Tuesday, confused on Wednesday. I don't wanna go the same way. I don't wanna feel the same way. Cussing by Thursday, going to game Friday, stressed by Saturday. Keep going round and round and round and round and round. Can you break this pattern? Oh Lord, a circle of sin. I always got something to say about somebody, but I never got an ear to hear from nobody. Always choosing my gifts, trying to flaunt them, not realizing it's God who brought them. Yeah. It's like a merry-go-round. You see me go up and you see me come down, down, down. It's time for me to stop now, like throwing my towel and stop serving someone else. Instead, make you smile. It's not right on the outside, but ugly on the inside. It's not better lose your pride. It's about that time I use the Bible on my side, and I don't wanna go the same way, and I don't wanna feel the same way. Go to church on Sunday, feeling down on Monday, Bible study Tuesday, confused on Wednesday. I don't wanna go the same way. I don't wanna feel the same way. Cussing by Thursday, fornicate Friday, stressed by Saturday. Keep going round and round and round. Keep going. Can you break this pattern? Oh Lord, circle of sin. It's about that time I use the Bible on my side, and I don't wanna go the same way, and I don't wanna feel the same way. Go to church on Sunday, feeling down on Monday, Bible study Tuesday, confused on Wednesday. I don't wanna go the same way. I don't wanna feel the same way. Cussing by Thursday, fornicate Friday, stressed by Saturday. Keep going round and round and round. Keep going. Can you break this pattern? Oh Lord, circle of sin. Didn't even pray.
Welcome back to ECHE Music TV. I'm just writing up a couple of things here. So we want to talk about some ways that you can promote your music online. So I have a list of 9 things. Number 1, create your own website. A lot of people, I get submissions for this show and previously for my radio show. A lot. And when I'll ask for website addresses and things like that, I'll get people sending me their Twitter address, their Facebook address, their Reverb Nation address. And those are fine. It's great to have those things, but they're not your home on the web necessarily. They're someone else's home, and someone else is allowing you to take up space in their home. Now, when they decide to change their rules, or they decide to close their home, they decide to shut the door and not let anyone else in, you might have a problem because you don't own that space. Well, your own website is a space that you own. It's where you can sell your music without extra fees. It's where you can sell your merchandise. You can post a blog or video blog. You can collect email addresses of your fans. It's very difficult to do that on social media because that's considered, personal, private information. Whereas on your own website, people can give you their email addresses, and if anything should happen to your social presences, you will still be able to contact your fans if you're gathering their email information on your own website. Number 2, promote your shows on Bands in Town and Songkick. These are 2 websites that allow you to post your events, where you're going to be, and they will promote your shows to people in the areas where you're going to be. Say you're an artist from here in the DC area and you're going to be traveling to South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. When you post your events on Bands in Town, that Bands in Town will send emails out to people in that area to remind them that you're coming, and then they can also buy tickets on that site. So it's a little less work for you to do in order to promote your show in that town. Number 3, get your own YouTube channel. YouTube is a great place to show people who you are, to let them see you perform. You can post lyric videos, post your concept videos, and let people see what you look like, what you sound like, and get a taste for your music. You can start a show on YouTube and give your fans behind the scenes looks at what you do. You can post thank you videos for media people who have given you exposure. It's something that will make you stand out among all the other artists out there who aren't doing this and who aren't putting themselves out there. Number 4, host your music on Apple Music and iTunes. Since iPhones are, I think, the most popular smartphone out there, most people are on some sort of Apple platform. So you want to be there too. You want people to be able to find you where you are. You don't want your fans frustrated and not being able to find you and find your music. Add your music to a site called last.fm. They'll put you on playlists with other artists who have similar music. And if you end up on a playlist with major artists, that all the better for you. Right? And they'll help you to introduce yourself to fans. Remember when I was talking about fans who don't necessarily know you, but they like your style of music? This is a great way to introduce yourself to them and make them aware of you. Find music blogs. Oh, I skipped one. Number 6, upload your music to Spotify. Spotify is a massive platform where just about every artist known to man is on that platform. You don't want to be left out. They have a discover music algorithm that they do that goes out and finds new artists. So if you're a new artist or you have new music out, you want to be in that list. You want to be found. Number 7, find music blogs. There are hundreds of Christian music blogs out there. Christian music has not been left out of the blogging community. Two tips I will say. Check out the blog before you decide to submit, because you want to make sure that your music is a good fit. You want to be what they're looking for. You don't want to just annoy people. And make sure that you're following their submission guidelines and not just sending attached MP3s to the email address on the website, okay? Follow their submission guidelines. Number 8, capture behind the scenes footage and share it with your fans. Most of your fans are not music industry people. They don't know what goes on behind the scenes of the studio recording process, the video production process, what it takes to prepare for a live event, for a live show. Take out your phone. Somebody in your group, somebody who's traveling with you has a phone. Everybody we know right now has phones that have cameras built into them. So designate somebody in your group, somebody who's traveling with you, to pull out their phone and just start recording what goes on behind the scenes. And, have a running commentary, share your journey with your fans that will endear your fans to them. When you make them cry, when you make them laugh, you make them excited, they want to come back for more. And number 9, define roles within your band and build a killer team. If you are a member of a group, especially if you're a member of a group or a choir or something like that, you're leading a choir, there are people in your group who are technical, who are artsy savvy, like visually artsy savvy. You have people in your group who are always on their phones and always posting on social media. Create a team with those people and let them do different aspects of your music ministry and your music business. That way you don't have to take on all the work yourself, and they become invested in the process of helping your ministry to grow. And you want them to be invested, and you want to share the work amongst the team. Okay, so when you do that, you build a great team, you build cohesion in your group, and it moves your ministry forward faster. Okay, so those are my 9 tips for promoting your music online. So if you want to know more, or if you have missed an episode of ECHE Music TV, our website is tv.echemusic.com. The video gets posted every Wednesday morning. There are links there to subscribe, to submit your music to us with video or MP3, to request an interview on the show. And you can also suggest topics that you want to know about, something you want me to talk about, and I will be very open to that. Okay, visit us on the web, tv.echemusic.com. We're going to go out with Wildflower by Kyla Simone. Thank you for watching.
Wildflower grow, look how your petals rise, glisten in the light. Wildflower grow, color the mountainside, let it come alive. You were made to uplift the nations, out their pain and sorrow. You were made to change generations, give them hope for tomorrow. Oh, keep growing and growing and growing. Oh, keep growing and growing and growing. Wildflower grow, be bold where you're planted, used where you've landed. Wildflower grow, live light with abandon, the world as your canvas. You were made to uplift the nations, out their pain and sorrow. You were made to change generations, give them hope for tomorrow. Growing, yeah. Keep growing and growing. Grows to the ones who don't know who they are, can see the Creator in you, yeah. Grows to the ones feeling lost and alone, can see what trust in the Maker can do, yeah. Grows so the ones who don't know who they are can see the Creator
Thank you for watching ECHE Music TV. Be sure to subscribe to this channel so you never miss an episode. To receive the free gift mentioned in this episode or to have your song featured, please visit us at tv.echemusic.com.